Kahit crop body, sobrang bilis.
Hindi, saka crop. Makakasod sa dito, sports. Sa
Oh,
sports,
usually,
the image quality can take a step back. Ang importante dito, you capture the moment. Saka yung
mabilis,
reach. So, kaya ka naka-crop. Yung reach.
Ay na yan.
Ito R for the frame. Pero pag sinushoot ko ng sports,
ano po yan, ESR? Yung alam ko po
R5
yung sa ESR, yung mababa yung frames per second nila, no? Pagka
hindi.
tracking.
Kasi yung R5 ko, hiram nung hiram ng kapatid ko. Anyway, pinang-babackup ko.
Ang plan ko nga po dati bilhin R7 kasi aas ko nga sana yung R7 doon.
Gusto mo subukan?
Okay lang. Kasi nakita ko yung sabi ko
Nasubukan mo
15
na?
tapos 30 frames yung pag may
Nasubukan mo na?
hindi pa po.
Dalang
Sabi
kita
ko
ng isang unit. Gusto mo? Next game, subukan mo.
Even yung next time.
Hindi. Kailan mo tayo? October, meron yata kami October 1. Bola? Dito din yan. Hindi, tingnan natin yung schedule. Tapos, dalang kita ng adapter para
Ma-drive po.
makabit mo yung 300.
Kasi sabi ko nung first time ko DSLR kasi di ba M50 tapos nag A72 ako sabi ko and then DSLR sabi ko nung mga first 3 days paano ba itong DSLR gawa nung viewfinder di ba yung viewfinder sobrang
Ganda yan. May konting noise ng paggabi na, pero
dadaan naman yung sa post pa
hindi sa kasi noise is the nature of the beast. Ibig sabihin, kung sports photographer ang gamitin yung retrato, like a fan, nakitaan mo ko na noise, I will not even comment on it because I know it's the nature of the job.
so parang ganun talaga natin nature hindi naman like landscape di ba
Hindi na kasi pag walang narinig ako. Yan, abangan mo dyan. Abang ka din dyan.
Let us welcome the teams of United City FC and Kaya FC-Iloilo.
As the dust continues to clear, one may ask, which team is the standard in the league so far? If you're United City, you might say, well, we are the defending champions of this league. We own the crown, and oftentimes it's as simple as that. In order to become the champion, you have to beat us. Kaya FC, on the other hand, as we take a look at the starting 11 for both sides, Levi Verora on the call alongside Ivan Gayares. Ivan, take us through the starters for both sides. Let's start with United City FC.
United City FC throwing in their best lineup at the moment. The likes of Anthony Pintos showing up at the starting 11. And the usual suspects here for United City are trying to get a win and get back into contention in this Philippines Football League.
And in just a few moments, as Kaya FC-Iloilo, of course, would like to argue 5 wins, 15 points, and an unblemished win streak to take to this match. Ivan, again, the starting unit for Kaya FC-Iloilo.
Well, Kaya FC now strengthened a bit on the bench, but still sticking to their top 11. They're very eager to continue their winning streak here. 5 wins already in this competition. They will try to get one more and scalp against United City.
In just a few moments, we are going to have the kickoff for United City FC and Kaya FC-Iloilo here at the beautiful PFF National Training Center in Carmona, Cavite. All roads lead to this destination as, of course, the gigantic showdown, a titanic duel between two of the top performing sides in your 2022-2023 Philippines Football League season, brought to you by Qatar Airways. Mabuhay Pilipinas! Welcome to our live and exclusive coverage of United City FC and Kaya FC Iloilo. And Ivan, based on the starters, obviously, give our fans, our viewers, just a bit of a visualization as to what strategies they might do for this match.
Well, both teams are quite a bit conservative. Both are trying to do 4-1-4-1 in formation, and they will try to maximize their best players right now and take advantage of the opposing teams. But right now, it's anything. It's up for grabs. So throw all their stats out of the window. This is it. This is for the juggler in the first round of the PFL.
In just a few moments, once again, we are about to kick off here. Beautiful conditions as far as the weather is concerned for both United City FC, of course, hosting the road team. It is Kaya FC Iloilo. Kaya FC Iloilo undefeated, as we mentioned on the top of the coverage. 5 wins, 15 points, a 15-point goal difference. And here we go. Here inside the PFF National Training Center. Kaya FC playing from left to right and United City FC the other way around. What do you look for in the opening seconds of this match, or the opening moments, the opening minutes as we go along? Here is the attempt. United City with the clearance right there.
And Kaya FC not wasting any time, just pushing it against United City at the moment. And changes here as well for Kaya, because Nano Amita starting in place of 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗂𝗃 at the moment. So it's going to be interesting for them.
And an opening attack, yes, for Amita. Inside the area, that was Amita in the opening minute, as Kaya looks to pounce on the attack.
Well, 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗃 really opting to go for some bit of youth here.
Flag stays down, Gayoso. But the defense was there. It was JJ Robertson. Kaya will keep the possession.
We really expect both teams to really push there in the first 15 minutes.
Janjan Meliza for a while tried to set it up. Mitchell. Still Mitchell, who lobs it forward, but nobody home. And now it is United City with possession.
Well, right now, United City on the back foot. They really, they have played 4 days ago compared to Kaya's, they played 11 days ago. So I was expecting initially for United City to really push the tempo here, but it's the opposite, as Kaya FC really trying to get that early goal in this matchup. Very important, top of the table matchup.
Matthew Custodio gets his first touch, as well as 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗃𝗲. United City trying to push forward in the 3rd minute. Dizon and Rota was there for the clearance. United City FC is 3-1-0 in the league standings for 10 points, 12 goals differential. Currently sitting at the 3rd spot after that 7-1 victory by Dynamic Herb Cebu FC yesterday against Bendiola FC 1991. Just shaking up the league table so far.
I had a quick chat with Coach Frank Muscan earlier, and he did mention that their game plan is really to try to take on possession, and that's what they're trying to do here right now. Take control of possession, make sure that they don't give space to Kaya, and then just put the game in Kaya's half and try to work from that. Obviously, earlier, Kaya just pushed it forward. Now they're trying to settle in a bit and try to understand how United City moves the ball in this match. And as you can see, pressure already from the likes of Jarby Gayoso and Daizo Horikoshi. And especially now that you could see that both teams really want to get this win.
And of course, with that control of possession also comes the patience to keep the possession on your side of the ball. At the midfield, right now it's a race for that ball between Dizon and 𝗗𝗲𝗵𝗺𝗀. Kaya will win back possession.
And the assistant referee did not hesitate on that occasion, raised the flag immediately on that foul by Marco 𝗗𝗲𝗵𝗺𝗀. He was overlapping at the moment. Marco 𝗗𝗲𝗵𝗺𝗀, you know, he's been very good so far for Kaya FC on that left back position. Something that he has been in that position for quite a while, even in Thailand. And right now, bringing his wares back to Kaya FC after being loaned there. And it will be interesting to see him go against 𝗟𝗲𝗄𝗧 in this match. Who's I'd also talked to earlier. He wants to, you know, score a few goals as well if he can, if possible. But we all know that it's a very tough matchup. No one will give in, especially in the first half, as you know that. You see the pressure from 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗲 on Matt Hartman, who has now been tasked to do on that central role, to cover that bit together with Amir and Ricky Sendra.
Two generations of forwards right there. Mark Hartman, of course, the veteran, against Harvey Gayoso, who is carving out a legacy right now. It's the first time that Gayoso will obviously be facing United City FC as a member of the Kaya FC-Iloilo side after his stint with the youth national team and the ASCAL's development team in the previous editions of your PFL.
What I'm also looking for in this matchup is the midfield matchup here in Kaya and UCFC. You know, you have the likes of Ricky Sendra, Matt Hartman, and Amir 𝗟𝗲𝗄𝗏. Very tough central guys going up against the likes of 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗂𝗏 and 𝗍𝗏 and 𝗵𝗏. As you know, more experience on the UCFC side on the midfield, but you really can't discount how Kaya can bring their game into this matchup.
That was an errant pass from United City FC, which would have led to a counter, although Kaya unable to capitalize at the moment. 𝗗𝗲𝗵𝗺𝗀 will target. I believe that was Horikoshi. Rota tracks down the possession. Hartman was there to intercept.
Also nice to see Mitchell back in the lineup as well after being out early in the early parts of the PFL. He had some niggles here and there with his hamstring. He got that from the AFC Cup matchup in Kuala Lumpur. And nice to see a matchup with Kuya Simone Rota on the pitch, as well as the Mardiano on the right side. So, you know, this is a tough defensive lineup for Kaya as well. So if you look at it midfield-wise, you would see UCFC has a slight advantage on the defensive end. You know, veteran smarts as well on Kaya FC. Expecting a really tough midfield battle here, as you can see at the moment.
And now we have the midfield for Kaya FC. The midfielders getting a great through ball, but nobody home. Trying to target 𝗟𝗏𝗄𝗧, but di sila nagkaintindihan doon, Ivan.
Yes, especially ito si 𝗟𝗲𝗄𝗧. He's really overlapping. I think he wants to score in this matchup because he's a designated on the central right of the midfield at the moment, together with 𝗍𝗏. And switching up again with 𝗍𝗏, who is as the number 6 for Kaya.
So far, as we enter the 9th minute of the early stages of this match, looks like, you know, possession-wise, 50-50. They're just really getting a feel of this match. And obviously, just going to get more of the hype of this match as it progresses. It is sent out to the Kaya defensive line, and Camerad will get Probably his first touch so far in this match.
And Camerad is one of those telling stories for Kaya. Brought in at the start of the season, and a foul there for 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗲𝗴 on Daiso. But going back to Quincy Camerad. Quincy Camerad will be key in getting a result in this match. So, I mean, Pintos on the other end as well. This is very important. These young keepers could really do much. And as you can see the foul there. Whiplash from that action earlier.
It is 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗲, the designated taker to deliver this free kick. And of course, both Kaya and United City FC have lined up. Here is the whistle. He curves that one, and Anthony Pintos there to collect. Ooh, a bit of a confusion there, as on the throw, it hit the head of a Kaya player.
I think it's just fair. Good call from the referee there. At the moment, both teams really just going at each other, and I think the contact was a bit incidental, I would say. But let's see here, a lot of physicality already happening, lots of fouls, lots of things that you just saw earlier from Simon Lingbo.
We are seeing that physicality you're talking about, Ivan, as it was Amita taken down.
Actually, retaliation na yan ni Nano Amita from the challenge earlier to Simon Lingbo. And it's going to be fun. It's just the 10 minutes already, but we still have so much action ahead of us.
This match will definitely live to its hype, as it is headed to be collected by Pintos. Good approach on the part of Matthew Custodio.
Well, 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗲 also was there waiting for that, waiting to poach on that scenario. Matthew Custodio headed that a bit too strong, but Pintos did well to control. So you can see that, Mark Hartman in the middle, partnering with Sandra on the other end. They're gonna try to get something out of this. And both midfields of these two teams, they rotate around as well, sort of freely, and then more creativity. We'll see more goals from that.
As the long ball, I think that was meant for 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗲𝗏, but too much power on that. And you mentioned just the formation here for United City FC, Ivan. They're mixing it up right now, as of course you have Hartman and Sandra in the middle, and then you have Kurt Dizon and Pika also in the wings.
Yes, exactly. What they do now is they do have that set formation, but they really try their best to take advantage of the space and then build from there.
Looks like Kaya is on the offensive. Amita, good display of skill. Still Amita as he evades the defense. Crosses it over. Melissa will track this one down to the area. And finally, Robertson was there to bother the path.
That was great from Robertson. Towering over that cross from Melissa. And Melissa, his dangerous left foot can do wonders, and almost there, but Robertson just a little ahead of the Kaya attack on that occasion.
A second opportunity here for Kaya FC-Iloilo as they try to build on those encouraging stretches when they have control of the ball.
Levi, in order to score, you need to create more chances. So pretty much, Kaya, they've been on a roll, 5 wins. They have really shown their purpose, their intent to win this Philippines Football League 2022-2023 season. And it's still a long marathon. We're just in the early bits of it, the first quarter of the season. But the urgency is there. You could sense it from here on the pitch. You could see that they want to press immediately. United City backline. United City now going for the long ball.
Flag stays down. 𝗗𝗲𝗳𝗲𝗄𝗧. Oh, that one hits the side of the goal post. Quite an ambitious attempt from Daniels from the right flank.
Well, with my conversations with Coach Frank Muscan earlier, he did mention that, you know, there is some, they want to take advantage on the transition of Kaya because they found some lapses there. And true enough, Kenny Daniels with that long-range shot, he beat Quincy already there, but he was just saved by the woodwork. Nonetheless, first serious attempt from United City.
And if there is anyone who can hit from there, obviously, the player the caliber of 𝗗𝗲𝗳𝗲𝗄𝗧 can. But now it is back with the men in yellow, Kaya FC-Iloilo. As that was Hartman rolling over from contact from, looks like Rio Fuji.
Mark Hartman tried to evade 3 Kaya players there. Beat one, but the other 2 were just too much, and they got clipped on that way. But you could sense that Kaya is really trying to bring this all. United City just trying to take control of possession, play the ball into Kaya's half. Unsuccessfully till now, though, because of the high pressure, they keep losing that ball. As you just saw a moment earlier.
Kaya will regain possession, but and a foul whistled. 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗚, too much contact on Horikoshi.
This first 15 minutes already full of action for both teams. Goal chances from here and there, and the aggressiveness from Kaya to get that opener. It should be fun.
Absolutely, and now it is 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗚 once again, although this ball is perhaps closer to the midfield. And he sends it to a busy area. Rota, that goes way above and out.
Well, opportunistic chance from Simone. I think that was one of the early chances for Kaya as well. Skied that a little bit too much, so did not even bother Pintos at all, but did bother the ball boy who will pick that ball from distance.
Yes, and but interestingly, obviously for Kaya FC, you have of course 3 forwards in Gayoso, Horikoshi, and Melissa. That will really shake up the at least the defense for United City as to how they can contain the attacks or the chances whenever they run to the attacking third.
Yeah, exactly, and you know, at the moment, Kaya is really intent.
Speaking of which, Daizo, but from distance, that will not bother Pintos that much as he collects calmly.
No, what shot from about 30 yards. Medyo basang-basa na ni Anthony Pintos yun. And 𝗵𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃𝗍𝒃 on his own on the left-hand side.
Now it is Pika getting his touch. And now United City will try to counter. Dizon tries to turn. Good defending from Kaya FC. And they will perhaps, I was about to say they are going to counter, but Robertson again right there.
And you know, that's why he's the captain. That's why he's leading that defensive line. You know, JJ Robertson, forced to be reckoned with on the back line, partnered with itong si Matthew Custodio, who has been doing splendidly well for United City so far. And you know, these guys try to set the standard on their own as the defending champions.
Camerad will lob it over to Casambre. One of the few opportunities we've seen, of course, Camerad made contact with the ball so far in this match. That ball has stayed quite significantly in the midfield for either club so far.
Right now, action has settled down a bit. both teams trying to just go for the weaknesses of each other. Tactics in play already at the moment. Wala na yung mabilisan, and
the opening gigil is already gone as we are approaching the 20th minute of the match.
well, so far, Kaya FC with the more threatening chances. They had, those forays into UCFC's box, but the closest to a goal was from that shot from 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗃 from distance. And surprisingly for me, I did I think at the moment United City is playing it right to their tactics, trying to take advantage of Kaya's transition.
Sendra gives it a good ball, quality ball to 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗃, and now they send it over to the other side. Immediately bothered by the Kaya defense, and now United City FC, they are in the danger spot.
No, attempted 1-2 from 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗃 and Daniels. It was almost there, but just got caught in the end by 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗃𝗃.
Kaya FC defense has fallen back here, and it will pay off as they regain possession just like that, preventing further trouble from the UCFC side.
And dun sa part na yun, may konting familiarity dun sa side between 𝗵𝗍𝗄𝗃, Fuji, and Daiso, who are, a little bit of Japanese flavor dito sa ating matchup, and it should be fun to see how similar styles of play go at against each other in that really tight midfield.
Play on, says the referee, as Sendra gets dispossessed. Melissa to Daiso, and now Amita on the left flank. Sends it back to Amita.
Well, the matchup that I'm looking forward to here is the one in the midfield between Daiso and Amir Djorbaev, because defensively Djorbaev is really good in the middle. Daiso has been really stellar in sharing the ball, so
a hard challenge as we were talking about the matchups here. Someone has been booked. I believe it's 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗃 Gayoso, as Ricky Sendra shaken up. For a moment he was holding on to his right ankle.
A very late challenge there from 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗃 Gayoso. Too eager on that occasion, which resulted to a foul, and it's really part of the game, and getting that booking this early is can go both ways, like an indication of their intent to really to win the ball and get the most out of it. But right now it just slowed down the action a little bit for everyone. United City want to take it slow, bring the possession to Kaya's half. Well, itong Kaya naman gusto talaga nilang just go for the full press and then take advantage of make the most of their speed to take advantage of this United City defense.
Well, if there was one thing positive na nakuha ng Kaya from that, is that they definitely stopped the attack for United City if ever they were going for a counter.
But 𝗵𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃𝗃 has been threatening on that left-hand side for quite a bit. He knows that he has this speed advantage over itong si Mardiano. But Mardiano also a very smart player who has a good speed as well and length. So it will be a telling matchup for them.
And our referee, Mick John Pineda, blows his whistle. Amita in disbelief, but looks like he tripped someone from the black shirts.
Well, he did clip Amir right in front of us, so and the referee saw that bit, and another set piece for United City.
Difficult to contest calls like that when obviously the evidence is against you. Here we go, United City FC. Hartman It is headed to a dangerous spot. Still United City FC, and finally the clearance made. 𝗵𝗺𝗻𝗀 will track it down to Q. Good patience on the part of the Kaya defense. And look at, 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗃 has had to get out. Nagdalawang isip siya doon as Hartman made a fine run for that ball to disrupt. It paid off for United City FC.
And unfortunately for them, 𝗟𝗲𝗃𝗃 will be booked for kicking the reserved ball that was on the side. He was off his line. Didn't have to do that though, but he took the risk, and that's what goalkeepers are there for. So it could go either way. So he may get a card now, but he might save them from conceding a goal.
Of course, in a way, that's a delay of the match that he made right there, as it's going to be throw in UCFC.
Now, 2 yellow cards already for Kaya in the span of less than 5 minutes. So they should be really careful go into this half not to get any more bookings.
Sendra, bothered by 2 defenders. Hartman lobs it inside, but it ends up with Mitchell. Oh, they are working extremely hard inside. Lots of clinging as Dizon will not be able to turn that possession into something positive for UCFC.
And you know, both teams are just, you know, trying to get something out of this possession. And you know, sometimes you have to really build from the bottom to, you know, get that. But sometimes you also have those chances to pick a cheap goal from somewhere.
Mitchell will send it ahead, but perhaps too much ambitious to target Melisa at that time. You know, Ivan, obviously if you're watching from your laptop screen or your smartphone or your tablet, you don't see the tension, you don't see the intensity as compared to what we're seeing right in front, right inside the field. Just the body language, the physicality, like what you said, the intensity is right up there.
You know, both teams still have, you know, that urgency to really get something from this half, but expecting you know, tight matchups in the first half for these kinds of quality matches. Intensity is still there, the fouls, the elbows and whatnot.
Custodio to Limbo, but they won't keep possession for long, as it is now Daizo. Babacktrack muna sila. This is 𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃, directs Fuji. Good patience from Kaya. Back to Rio Fuji. And finally someone disrupts the path of that ball from the pass. Counter attack time for United City FC. It's 4 against 4. And now deep into the box. Here is the flick. Goes wide.
Great through pass there from 𝗵𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃𝗃 to Kenny Daniels. It's just that he just ran out of real estate there to really threaten, but you know, he tried his best to put that ball at the back of the net. I think we'll see that later on. And you know, another telling sign as well for Kaya. On that transition, they have some difficulty on that coverage, but they have to be really careful the next time.
And now it is Kaya trying to pounce on that fruitless attempt. 𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃𝗃. Fuji is inside the box. And finally, Simon Lingbo will clear it out.
Simon had that presence of mind to clear the ball away, clear the danger away. So now Kaya has to build again on the final third.
Throw in taken right away. 𝗟𝗲𝗃𝗃𝗃 is being bothered. Ooh, good back pass. 𝗟𝗲𝗃𝗃 once again. Here's the lob inside the box, but too many black shirts there to disrupt and bother. On the second ball, it is Fuji. 𝗵𝗵𝗺𝗃 dancing against the defender. 𝗗𝗲𝗴𝗃, Kaya taking their time here. And it was J.J. Robertson again in the thick of things. Possession though kept alive by Kaya. Fuji 𝗗𝗲𝗴𝗃 put some aerial into that ball. And now it is 𝗵𝗵𝗺𝗃 inside. He is going to be dispossessed.
Good spell there from Kaya. They tried to carve out something from that possession. You know, great passing on that left-hand side. Just didn't get through at the end because of the positive play of 𝗖𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗀𝗃.
That was great patience as Anthony Pinthos will sky high to collect.
And right now you can see you know, United City just trying to assess, find their good spaces, earn this possession, not really trying to force the issue, try to just take advantage of everything that they can. At some point, attrition will come into play, but not now. But we'll see later on how they could manage to carve out something from this possession.
Lingbo now in the right flank. 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗃𝗃 straight into the back of Fuji, who is always present, always alert. But you saw the response from United City FC. They were not rattled at all. That's the maturity from the defending league champions. As of course, that was a good maybe 2-3 minute stretch where Kaya was just looking to convert.
Well, interesting bit here is Mark Hartman has gone a bit lower than usual on that left-hand side of the midfield. Like I said, they're freely rotating on the pitch. As you can see, 𝗵𝗃𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃 Minegishi already in the middle. Tapos ito naman si Amir Jerbayev somewhere on the right-hand flank. So
that's the versatility of the United City midfielders and forwards. Rota will have to send that out. And now it is UCFC in control in their attacking third.
On the left-hand side, we see there, kanina si Pete Foroswelo also holding his own on the left back position for United City.
Lingbo tries to lob it straight into the dangerous zone, but it ricochets off the defense. Unable to keep the possession was Daizo, but nevertheless, credit to the left back during that time. As we continue to feel just how the intensity is rising here in the latter parts of the first half.
Poor touch there from Kenny. Not really getting that strong pass from the middle. And he knows it. He's just smiling and looking at Kurt. And another dangerous set piece. One to look out for United City is J.J. Robertson and Matthew Custodio. Both have scored from corners. And let's see how Mitchell and Rota.
United City is very fortunate, and this is the delivery from Hartman. Too much traffic inside the box.
Surely a yellow there for Pete Foroswelo. And complaints from Kaya here. As we see, dummy by Jan Melissa.
He was definitely held by Foroswelo.
But I think referee Mick John doesn't want to show any more cards yet. But lucky, Pete was lucky in that occasion. So
Definitely for Asuelo, just fortunate not to have, gotten a booking that time. That was a very hard challenge on his part. Rio Fuji and the activity of Mardiano from the right side of things, commendable thus far.
Action as well on the sidelines as the Kaya coaching staff complaining over that non-call. Its intensity is really high at the moment.
The resentment from the Kaya side so far in the last minute of action. They just obviously want to get the most out of every possession, as has been the case for any football team for that matter, in the span of a match.
Well, no one wants to give an inch, especially in this very critical match. You only have 4 times to see each other in this PFL, and every point really counts.
Again, the magnitude of this match as 𝗗𝗲𝗄𝗳, he has to be careful. An obvious shove of JJ Robertson, as it is now United City FC. They have space.
Good catch there from Nano Amita on that through ball. 𝗟𝗲𝗄𝗳 was aware of that pass, tried to dummy out so that 𝗖𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗀𝗃 could take advantage. Amita was there just in time.
Simon once again. And now it ends up with Dizon. Back to Lingbo. Hartman. And look at just how it was intercepted, that passing lane. And now 𝗗𝗄𝗳 as Kaya tries to counter. Whistle from the referee, but we were just stunned at how Daizo was, for a moment, he was tumbling down and then suddenly he's back up on his feet and receives a ball from 𝗗𝗄𝗳, able to keep it alive.
And there was a bit of a challenge there. It was 50-50, but yeah, there was a foul. Good call from John Pineda on giving that possession first for Kaya before actually stopping the play. And true enough, they did earn this free kick.
Daizo Horikoshi, a league-leading 5 assists for this man, along with 4 goals as well. So just the playmaking, the distributing, but also the finishing for number 20, Daizo Horikoshi. Melisa, for the 3rd time, will take charge in this set piece.
And watch out for Carlisle Mitchell there. I mean, Mitchell and Robertson are the tallest players on the pitch. Interesting to see how Melisa delivers.
You can notice that once again, right away, and Robertson gets a touch on that ball.
And another chance here for Kaya FC to really get a goal here. Janjan Melisa just taking his time to get to the opposite corner.
We've seen how Kaya has scored from their corner kicks throughout the early league so far. Well, no one is within Melisa's vicinity, so you get the idea that it's going to be sent straight into that dangerous zone inside of the box. Everyone has fallen back. Oh, that was straight to the mitts of Pintos. Could have been a better delivery perhaps for Janjan.
Anthony Pintos read that ball very well, on top of everyone when that was delivered. Now UCFC will try to again take the possession, find the space, and really bring this game into Kaya's half.
Amir will send it over to Lingbo and Rota using his head to negate the aerial of that ball.
No, Simon Lingbo with the throw here. Just two options on his side. UCFC, they're very spread around.
It's been quite a while since Sendra probably had contact with the ball as they reorganize here in the midfield. 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂 and now Matt Custodio has moved forward for now, but the ball intended for Pika, and he knows it. He was disappointed. Masyadong malakas.
And, you know, 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂 is one of the better players here in this league. You can see his quality from all over, his touch, his movement, and, you know, sometimes you do miss some deliveries here and there. So I think okay lang Amir.
You know, at the end of the day, bilog ang bola, as they say. 40 minutes have gone by, approaching the twilight zone of at least the first half. Of course, including stoppage time in just a few minutes. It's a 0-0 battle so far between United City FC and Kaya FC-Iloilo here inside the PFF National Training Center in Carmona, Cavite. Of course, the titanic duel, the much anticipated showdown between two prestigious clubs. Back and forth action here. United City will try to counter. 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂 to Pika. Immediately 4 yellow shirts converging on him. Hartman dispossessed. Great defense by Kaya. Great through ball as well. Gayoso. Now Daizo. Here's the attempt and Pintos will collect.
What a wasted chance for Kaya FC. They just flipped the switch from there, but the final ball from Daizo was not that strong to challenge itong si Anthony Pintos, and Pintos just covering that ball pretty well. Still scoreless, diba?
That was a terrific ball after the dispossession, as it is now United City. Again, back and forth action here, but Rota is able to get a piece of that. Still 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂 and now Minigeshi. They will recalibrate. Left side this time. Here's the lob. Not the finest of touches from Amita as the attempt from Hartman goes wide.
Well, as you can see here, that ball from 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂 tried to swing that ball back, but kind of missed that on that occasion. Pero sayang, but Anthony Pintos does very well to save his team from danger.
We saw it from the replay, crystal clear. I think it hit the side of the heel of Daizo, and hence the path of the ball as well as the power. Talaga medyo naiba. The last 3 or 4 minutes of action here really picking up for both sides, as they are both in search of the opening goal, the icebreaker.
The other matchup that I've looked at as well was with the Gayoso and Custodio. Both players faced each other in the UAP for a long time ago, maybe I think a year, and then played some memorable matches as well. And now here in the senior level, and you know, both teams, I mean, someone needing a bit of treatment for United City. Kurt Dizon with a bit of an injury on the sidelines.
United City FC momentarily reduced to 10 men as they take their time. We resume action with this throw from Simon Lingbo deep into that right corner.
Intensely tactical match at the moment. United City taking their time, owning possession, taking their time to really build for those chances. Kaya FC looking for the counter.
Dizon has returned to the action, but on his return, as he sent it back to Lingbo, ball just went out of the touchline.
Well, about a little over a minute left in regulation here in our first half, and still very even match so far. A lot of changes could be happening on halftime, but for now, it seems that we are going to a stalemate at the half. Tactically, both teams know working on their strengths, and both also know the weaknesses of each other. So it will be interesting how the coaches do make their adjustments in the second half.
We are about to see as this match continues to unfold. But so far, it has been pretty even for both sides. 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗲, Lingbo. The United City players have fallen back. Now it's Mitchell. You're just getting confirmation as to how much added time there will be. There weren't that many stoppages in the first half. 𝗗𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗲. We have 2 more minutes of added time, just confirmed by our 4th official, Rodney Leible. Left flank, Amita. Here's the header. Collision inside. Anthony Pintos shaken up. That was a good play from Kaya.
A little bit dangerous on that occasion, but Anthony Pintos is there for that. I think there was an offside call by the referee, but yeah, that ball was out and got over the bar. Pintos visibly limping in the United City goal. A little bit of concern because he has just come from a long bout with injury that he got in practice. Was out, and he's only on his 2nd match here in the Philippines Football League. Only played 1 half so far this season.
As this might be a chance for United City, but Mark Hartman unable to control. And he just smiles, obviously, disappointed.
It was a quite, he was already on a very narrow angle there. Really have a chance to get that ball in play, but, you know, just, you know, smiling at that occasion.
Kaya SC will perhaps have 1 more crack at turning something here. Mitchell to Rota. Of course, they will take their time, naturally. Someone falls down. 𝗗𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗲. We'll definitely hear that halftime whistle anytime now. As Fuji and Mitchell. Miscommunication here. And finally, it ends up with Quincy Camarad, as that is the halftime whistle after 45 minutes. It is 0-0 between United City FC and Kaya FC-Iloilo here inside the PFF National Training Center in Carmona, Cavite. No goals yet for either side, but Ivan, definitely lots of action that we've witnessed.
Something we really expected with both teams just been playing 3 matches in their history. 1 win and 1 draw for each, so a lot of adjustments needed at the half. Both teams really tried to give it their all. A lot of tactical changes, tactical adjustments that they need to do in the second half to do more, but very interesting first half. Couple of chances for each team, and it was very interesting to see how both teams perform in that first half.
We will definitely see more of the action here when we return with this live and exclusive broadcast of the Philippines Football League, brought to you by Qatar Airways. We return here inside the PFF National Training Center in Carmona, Cavite as we continue with the live and exclusive coverage of United City FC and Kaya FC-Iloilo here in your Philippines Football League 2022-2023 season, brought to you by Qatar Airways. It is 𝗗𝗵𝗴𝗂𝗲 on the call alongside 𝗖𝗵𝗺𝗀𝗃𝗃 and Ivan. Nil-nil battle in the first half as we are moments away from second half kickoff, but a lot of action that we witnessed.
Yes, it was very interesting. Levi, both teams tried their best to get a goal, but very tough KG battle in the middle of the pitch for both squads. No substitutions here in the half, and both coaches sticking to their first 11s. Maybe we'll see some in the next 10 or 15 minutes, but for now, they will try to use their best 11s to get an early goal here in the first 15 minutes of the second half.
It is likewise a chess match for coaches Frank Muescan and 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗲, as no shuffling of the lineups yet. Kaya FC now playing from left to right as 𝗟𝗲𝗄𝗧 makes the clearance. Kept alive by Dizon. So early action here in the second half.
I want to see now how United City maybe up their game. They were just calm and collected on the first half. There were opportunities by Kaya that were sort of almost goals, and they were almost punished there. But let's see how they come back here.
As it is now United City on the offensive. Sends it over to the left side of things, but unable to keep it in play was Pika.
And 𝗵𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃, talking to him earlier, he wants a win for his team. They know that they're in third position. They need the points to make up for what they lost in the draw against Cebu. And also, pride is at stake at the moment, as both teams don't want to give an inch to each other. Points are important, and this first quarter of the league season, it's still a long marathon for everyone, but critical points scored against critical opponents are very important and very valuable in the long run.
And I don't think anyone would like to settle for a splitting of the points here, and that is why you can feel the sense of urgency for both sides. Daizo, the cross. Miliza will chase down possession, and he does. He will go one-on-one. Changing direction. Inside and collected by Pinthus.
Smart play from Nano Amita there. He tried to swing Simon Lingbo out, fake him out, and then made that cross. And unfortunately, it was too far for the reach of Janjan Melissa, and he got called for the foul there when Pintus collected that ball.
Anthony Pintus, we mentioned on the top of the coverage earlier in the first half, not 100%, dealing with an injury that he sustained in practice. And then he was shaken up moments earlier as well during the last few minutes of the first half. Play on, says the referee, as Hartman for a moment. Oh, great presence of mind by Pika. Sendra. 𝗟𝗲𝗄𝗧. Early stages here in the second half. And Rota will, of course, make his presence felt.
Simone Rota, the veteran, Ascal's veteran for a very long time, in here as well to prove that age really doesn't matter. What matters is performance for Simone Rota, partnered up with Carlisle Mitchell, who also returned from a long bout with some small injuries from the AFC Cup. And these teams, they have benches which are ready to take over once they are called. here in the second half.
United City from the right side. 𝗗𝗲𝗄𝗳𝗃 straight into his mitts. Difficult angle to operate from. Masyado nang malalim into that attacking third.
Now, if we look at the benches of both squads for Kaya, we guys have Robert Lopez-Mendy available. Joven Bedic got a knock earlier in the warm-up, so he will not be playing anymore.
𝗗𝗲 created some space for himself that time. Fuji, when someone is down the field, back up on his feet is Amita. UCFC will try to counter and still play on, says Nick John Pineda. And now Melissa. Kekkonen, they are very patient with their approach here.
It's a really long chess match here, Levi. This is not. This is really for the marbles at the moment. It's like playing a final.
You can just sense the difference in this match compared to perhaps the other matches that these clubs have played thus far. As that ball sails out, it is a long season. Each team plays each other 4 times. And Ivan, you were talking about the substitutes for both sides once again.
Well, the bench for Kaya is quite deep. You have Patrick Arthur, Robert Lopez-Mendy, Eric Ganto, as well as Fitch Arboleda. Attacking threats that could really change the game. While doon naman on the opposite end with UCFC, you have the likes of Ivan Uwano, who could put a striking presence as well. But up to that, if you compare, Kaya had a deeper bench here at the moment. So, a lot of changes could be done on their end to really change the game. But let's see how both teams react in the second half.
As it is, again, 𝗖𝗲𝗄𝗳𝗃 who tries to send it over to 𝗗𝗲𝗄 inside the box. Too many black shirts there, disrupting the path of that ball, and not much aerial as well in terms of the elevation of the ball to target 𝗗𝗲𝗄𝗳𝗃. Nevertheless, Kaya FC will earn just their second corner of the match. Interestingly, for both defenses, not many corners have been conceded. Kaya, this is their second corner, and United City, I think just one corner in the first half. 𝗖𝗲𝗄𝗳𝗃 will take it, sends it straight into the box. Pinthos deflects.
Alert, very alert is Anthony Pinthos on that pass, on that cross in the middle. Now Kaya will take their time to organize a bit as UCFC is preparing a substitute going into the match.
For a while, Janjan Melissa was also there, perhaps trying to confuse the defense, and it will be headed out. Battle for possession ends up with Kaya. 𝗖𝗲𝗄𝗳𝗃, he has space. And now, the shot is wide for Mardiano.
And I think it took a deflection there from Forosuelo, as the assistant referee points to the corner flag. Another corner for Kaya FC here, and another chance to make a difference. Still Janjan Melissa designated to take that in-swinger.
Amita is standing by right in front of Melissa. So interesting to see if Kaya will take this quick or deliver it right into that danger zone. But Cholo Bugas already warming up. He will enter the match in just a short while. Sends it straight into the box, and again, United City FC making sure that it stays 0-0 at the moment.
Kurt Dizon coming out, and in replacement is 𝗵𝗺𝗀𝗵𝗂𝗲. 𝗟𝗲𝗳𝗲𝗵𝗵 got tagged a little bit earlier in the first half, so might have been bothering him as they had to patch him earlier from an earlier challenge. So 𝗵𝗺𝗲 providing energy off the bench. This youngster can really push it when necessary, so we'll expect him to do some good things on that right-hand side.
𝗵𝗺𝗀𝗵𝗂𝗲 replacing 𝗟𝗲𝗳𝗲𝗵𝗃, and of course 𝗵𝗺𝗲, a product of that Far Eastern University football program, as it is sent into the box here. Kaya will try to counter Gayoso. Controls. Kekkonen. Mardiano. You like the patience from Kaya FC whenever they regain the control of the possession. They're not rushing things here, Ivan.
Yes, exactly. And they're trying to just make use of the space given by UCFC. UCFC now a bit behind the ball compared to earlier where they were just spaced out very well. Now they'll try to be more defensive to cover that Kaya attack. I think yung gusto nila dito is they want to do a counter as well as.
And someone obviously in pain right now. We heard that collision. It is Mardiano shaken up.
It's takes something to shake out Mardiano. So
absolutely.
And just before that, we saw Mark Hartman walking gingerly as well from the other side of the pitch.
Kaya trying to create. Melissa orchestrating. But that UCFC defense is well established. Mitchell and Daniels rushing to that ball, and now it ends up with 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗵𝗴𝗃. UCFC on the counter. Inside. Will this be it? It is! It is! United City FC is on the board. The opening goal. No less than the substitute 𝗵𝗺𝗀𝗵𝗂𝗲. Instant impact on the counter-attack. And it is United City 1, Kaya 0.
And as we said earlier, Kaya FC got caught there in the counter. 𝗟𝗲𝗵𝗂𝗲 taking advantage. She had some time there to get that in. Amir with a perfect through ball and lost that for a bit, but he recovered to swing it over 𝗵𝗃𝗃 Camarad and get that opening goal here in our very important match. First goal in the 57th minute for United City FC.
And how fitting that it is 𝗟𝗲𝗵𝗃𝗲 delivering on the assist for 𝗵𝗺𝗀𝗵𝗂𝗲. He's been also part of the orchestrating crew for United City. But what about that goal by 𝗵𝗂𝗲? We saw it in the replay. Muntik nang mawala because he lumampas siya doon sa bola. Able to recover right in time. And 𝗵𝗃𝗃 Camarad, he tried his best. But obviously, it found the back of the net for 𝗵𝗂𝗲.
Now, at this time, Kaya FC will be pressed to do more and press more. So to get a equalizer here. So United City doing very well tactically. This was their plan to get Kaya FC off the break because they knew that the back line was always exposed during the counter attacks. But expecting some changes as well from Kaya FC now as they try to warm up Eric Ben Giganto, who has slotted into that role of difference maker in the early matches of the PFL as well. So he has already took on this role as the super sub. He'll come in to replace.
Looks like Amita will be replaced in just a short moment. But for now, it is Kaya FC again trying to take one back. Diano. Kekkonen sends it back to Mardiano, going one-on-one against Pika. A whistle from our referee, and testy times here. Sendra and Diano with some words for each other.
Former teammates, Ricky Sendra and Mardiano, both from the original Mendiola squad. And assistant referee did not hesitate on that play as Nano Amita takes his leave for 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗲𝗃.
And we also saw Mick John Pineda again raising the yellow card. I believe it's going to be Forosuelo, just from the resentment that he showed reacting to that call. 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗲𝗃 now part of the fold for Kaya FC Iloilo. He has 2 goals and 2 assists in the 5 matches so far. Again, impact maker of the substitutes. That box is a busy area, as it should be. Melissa. He has only Minigeshi to beat as far as the wall is concerned. UCSC will opt not to employ such, as they focus more on, of course, the activity inside the box itself. We are now past the half-hour mark here. Here is the delivery, and Pinthos again will preserve the clean sheet.
And Simon Lingbo on deck at the moment, clutching the top part of his head. A bit of complaining here from UCFC, and rightfully so. Different treatment for players who got hit on the head, but Simon Lingbo is a tough cookie, so he'll pick himself up from here.
Right on cue, he is back up on his feet, still complaining about what just happened. Again, we're already past the hour mark, rather. 62 minutes and counting, as United City FC has taken a 1-0 advantage here over Kaya FC Iloilo in Carmona, Cavite. Pocholo Bugas, just a few minutes after he was inserted to replace Kurt Dizon, immediately delivers on a goal on a counter-attack by United City, giving them the upper hand. Amir. Fuji. It is now Kaya FC trying to counter on their own, but Taizo Horikoshi will be unable. Oh, but fortunately for Kaya, a whistle.
And I think that's they start the free kick from behind and try to set that up again. So Kaya chasing at the moment.
You can sense that from them, as they have fallen behind by a goal. Again, these two sides will not settle for the splitting of the points. Definitely not a match of this magnitude. United City FC, the defending cup and league winners. Kaya FC, the league leaders so far. 5 wins, undefeated. But they have ran into a brick wall by the name of United City FC.
United City 5 points behind Kaya before this match, and they want to trim that down.
Not a fruitful opportunity for Kaya, although they will get a second ball. To Horikoshi, a chance here for Kaya. Ooh, that one way above and out.
And just in the nick of time, defensive team clicked that ball. I think it was Amir 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗲 who flicked it out from the way of Jarvi Gayoso. Another half chance for Kaya FC there. So let's see at the end of the game if you know, they have to look back on those half chances if they have converted those.
Kaya FC steadily medyo nakakarami na rin in terms of the corner kicks that they have earned. Horikoshi will send it straight into the box. Here's the header. It is just wide for Gayoso.
Gayoso unmarked in that occasion. Could have done better in that possession. Great delivery as well from the corner. That was supposed to be the equalizer, but wasted opportunity there for Kaya FC.
Also the closest opportunity definitely for Kaya. Gayoso had the height. For a moment we thought they were going to counter as United City FC almost losing control. They have tracked it back and now they will take their time. Sendra choosing Forosuelo.
So you can hear both teams really just egging each other out to in their positions, calling each other out on the play. It's nice to see pitch side that, you know, the urgency to really get that, you know, win the possession, get the correct pass. It's all there, and pressure now is still with Kaya because after conceding that uncharacteristic goal at that instant.
United City FC will lose possession as 𝗗𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗄𝗧 obviously. Lots of extracurricular activities happening at the moment.
He will get that yellow card and it's now booked in this match. He didn't have to do that actually, but you know, intensity is still high. They do want to have that second goal to close this game out. So a lot of things happening in the final 22 minutes, Levi.
67 minutes in. And of course, Kaya FC, you can just feel how they have turned it up in terms of their pressing as they want to desperately equalize here. They earn another corner. Oh, it's a throw rather. Kekkonen will send it back, but Mardiano. Miscommunication there on the part of those two.
And a little bit of pressure as well, as three black shirts were golfing in towards that ball. So, you know, Mardiano had to go one way and Oscari the other.
But this is danger time for Kaya as Simone Irota collision in the midfield. Play on, says the referee. It was Mitchell and Hartman. And now another counter-attack here for United City. Daniel sends it over to Sendra first. They'll try to reorganize. Forosuelo to Amir. Great job dispossessing was Kaya FC-Iloilo, but a bit of an ambitious attempt from way out.
Eric Giganto has a knack for those types of goals. He loves to try to catch the keeper off guard, but at that bit, just a little bit too far. That was like 40 yards already, and Anthony Pintos was ready for that chance as it sailed out the side of the goal.
Pintos was unchallenged that time, obviously knowing the path of the ball. But definitely Eric Giganto, who has, again, 2 goals and 2 assists across his name so far in the league. Is a difference maker for Kaya. Casambre to Gayoso, but it was Robertson who got to that ball first.
And Gayoso earns a corner for that effort. Another chance here for Kaya FC. You know, as the time is winding down, both teams really need to convert to get their objectives on. As we can see, Robertson tried to chase that ball out, but just too far out for Pintus to deal with.
He had the right thing in mind to send it over to Pintus, but of course the angle, masyado ng malalim, was unable to get the finest of touches. Kaya FC earning another corner. This is perhaps the third in just the span of a few minutes here in the second half. So they're actively searching for that equalizer. Will this be it? Mitchell, it is wide on the header.
That was the second header in a span of 10 minutes for Kaya FC that went wide, both on a set piece. First from 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂, now with Carlisle Mitchell. A lot of opportunities coming to Kaya's way, but they couldn't convert. And maybe changes are needed already.
Two of their tallest players, visibly, Gayoso and Mitchell, have their chances, but it's just not clicking for Kaya yet.
Foul called on Mardiano. First challenge on 𝗵𝗂𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗲. Expecting a change from Kaya as well on the sidelines. Ryu Fuji coming out for 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗻𝗃𝗃. And Robert Lopez Mendy on the sidelines as well. They haven't processed that substitution yet. Marco Casambre going out in place of Robert Lopez Mendy. Changed to a back three by Kaya. With this formation, they desperate to get that equalizer. Very important as well. With the arrival of Giganto and we have Janjan Milisa, they both have wing backs that could cover, and Maru Angeles to police that midfield as well together with Oscar Kekkonen.
And then you add a forward like Robert Lopez Mendy, who has of course a penchant for scoring, delivering.
Have a flurry of visitors here from abroad in this match. We have Carly Di Morga watching, supporting his brother in United City. And
Sendra, a bicycle from distance, and obviously that will not convert, but love the effort from Ricky Sendra.
And just going back to the visitors on the other end, we have Jordan Minta formerly of Gaya, coming over, who's from Malaysia, who's part of the Kuala Lumpur City FC, who's recently gone through the interzone stages of the AFC Cup.
Jordan Minta, a super scorer, obviously. Melissa. Oh, great fake by Kaya, but more alert and active to that ball was Matthew Custodio on the second ball.
Well, Matthew Custodio, very smart on that play. I mean, with the very limited space, he managed to turn and clear that ball away from Daiso, who was, very dangerous.
But also a great play from Kaya, confusing the United City defense for a moment. Thought it was Gayoso, naturally, who'd make a touch, but just let the ball pass, and now it is again back and forth swinging action.
And the back three of Kaya, already accustomed to this bit. Now they all go forward, try to search for that equalizer.
Possession finally settles with Kaya, and it is Gayoso on the right flank. Mardiano. And you've mentioned it, all of them have pushed forward here, which could be dangerous for a counter-attack from the other side. They have to be deliberate with what they're going to do. And right on cue, Kaya, very fortunate, Pika ran out of real estate. Sending it over, great play. The equalizer. It just hits the side of the goal.
Offside for 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗲𝗲𝗵𝗺. They had a good idea there. 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗲𝗵 tried to lob that forward, hits the side netting, but it doesn't really matter as he was flagged for offside. And Kaya slowly building on for this match. Still searching, but getting there at the moment.
The last two possessions that they've had, obviously, they just were terrific in terms of the playmaking. And that in that last possession in particular, great touch passing. Nobody home for United City FC, as it will be a goal kick for 𝗗𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃.
Now, we saw earlier that how United City is trying just to protect this lead at the moment. Counter-attacking is not really in play as they're not even pressuring, but trying to be just behind the ball, making sure that they covered all the bases, all the spaces. And at the moment, Kaya just trying to build up from the back.
They have fallen back to United City FC, as that will again end up in the hands of Anthony Pintos.
And as the sun is setting in this venue, the intensity is really picking up at the moment. So a little bit of pressure from Kenny Daniels there.
Perfect weather conditions here inside the PFF National Training Center in Carmona, Cavite. We thank you all for joining us for this live and exclusive coverage of the 2022-2023 Philippines Football League season, brought to you by Qatar Airways. Angeles, who has been inserted here in the second half. Melissa will try to keep it in play. Flag stays down. Back to Melissa. They are deep inside. Mendy above the crossbar and out. Yeah, lots of space there, Ivan.
It was a perfect setup for Robert Lopez Mendy there. It's just a bit unfortunate that he could not get that ball on target, as we see here. As Jess Melissa tried to guide that ball on this side. Former teammates from the former Green Archers United, they do have that chemistry there. But Lopez Mendy is still a bit rusty after not being in play for a while after that scare with the dengue and COVID. But players coming in already from the sidelines to come inside the pitch for Kaya.
𝗗𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃 has went outside the box to send it over to their attacking third, but Horikoshi is unable to track it down.
It's nice to play under the bright lights here in Carmona. Good weather at this time of the hour. Couple of substitutions coming in for Kaya FC. 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗲𝗃𝗃 and Odi Menzi getting ready. And John Melissa and Mardiano making way for two players. They might have to wait a little bit more because our main referee was not yet informed.
Odi Menzi and 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗃𝗃, who's made more than 70 appearances for Stallion Laguna before making the transfer, the switch to Kaya FC. Speaking of Stallion Laguna, it's the common denominator for both of these squads. United City FC beat them 4-2 during their September 10 matchup in Biñan. And then Kaya FC, in a rainy Saturday night at Rizal Memorial, Kaya FC beat Stallion Laguna 3-0. So they both defeated Stallion Laguna FC, talking about UCFC and Kaya.
And high-scoring matches on that prior to this match, and total opposite of what we have right now. But we do expect some sort of parity from both teams, and 10 minutes left to really make a change here. I think Kaya has used up most of their substitutes. UCFC staying put, sticking with their current 11. Only one player just came in, and it was 𝗟𝗶𝗄𝗲 who did that very important goal in this match in the 57th minute.
As we enter the 80th minute mark of the match, Anthony Pintos getting some treatment, perhaps an abrasion. He removed his gloves for a moment. Now he is wearing it back, his mitts. A clean sheet so far for Anthony Pintos.
And a bit of time used up for treatment. So we do expect a little bit more of injury time added on.
About 10 more minutes of regulation here, excluding added time, Mitchell. So now it is 𝗷𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗲𝗴𝗂, 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗴𝗂𝗲𝗃 also part of the 11 for Kaya. Pintos, just like that, very alert, very active. He was just getting treatment moments earlier.
A little too eager there for 𝗷𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗲𝗃 to try that ball straight to Harvey.
But Kaya will recollect. Menzi again. And that was an obvious one to call for one of our assistant referees.
And these two substitutes for Kaya will need to step up in the final 10 minutes because changing what Jan, Melissa, and Diano have done on the right-hand flank is a bit challenging task, but they have to get something from here.
Kaya will preserve the possession here. Menzi, defended by Hartman. They operate from the left flank. Will send it to the box, but too many black shirts just converging there to prevent trouble. And now Hartman, a long ball that will definitely be collected by 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗲𝗃. Kaya FC obviously very urgent in terms of pressing and trying to equalize. They're desperately in search of that goal. They've had their chances. Menzi, back to him. Daniels providing a bit of disruption. Still Menzi. 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗲𝗃. And this will be saved by Pintos.
Well, 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗃 tried to sneak that ball in the bottom corner. Unfortunately for him, it was shot a bit too thick as it curled wide of the post.
And again, Kaya FC with much of the possession here late. United City FC, they have settled. They have just fallen back and again went on the defensive. Kekkonen. Angeles. Mendy immediately, two black shirts against him. The fake by Daizo. Bobbled by Pintos on the save, but it is cleared nevertheless.
Clever individual work from 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃. Beat two men on that possession and let out a good strike, but Pintos was equal to that opportunity.
Changing direction was 𝗟𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 during that stretch. We'll see it here once again.
And just the quality for Daizo to really find space and let go of that shot in front of JJ Robertson. That was something else. Anthony Pintos, meanwhile, had other ideas. And another player is down on the pitch. Simon Lingbo again.
Had that ball gone either to the left of Pintos or his right, then would have been tied 1 goal each. Kaya FC will again try to convert on this corner. This is the 6th that they've had throughout the course of this match. That was dodged away by Pintos. Great work from the shot stopper. Right in front of Carlisle Mitchell. But look at camera. Diaz went out of his comfort zone. To Menzi. Oh, great touch. To Arboleda. Gayoso will lose it. Angeles. Now Kekkonen. Fitch will make a turn first, but unfortunately for Kaya, they're unable to keep it alive.
Odimenzi couldn't handle that strong pass from Fitch on the because he was already on the edge of the sidelines. It's less than 5 minutes in change of regulation, and intensity will just go higher and higher from this point.
Just to recap again, it was 𝗵𝗺𝗀𝗵𝗂 delivering as someone goes down on the field. 𝗵𝗺𝗀𝗵𝗂 responsible for the only goal of the match in the 58th minute, just minutes after he was inserted as a substitute for United City FC.
It was Kenshiro Daniels who got hit on that occasion.
On the free kick, oh! Camerad lost control, and he is going to pay for that as 𝗗𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 will slot in the second goal for United City FC.
Celebrations all around for United City. That seals the win. That seals the game for them. And on the 87th minute, 𝗗𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 with a very smart play there. Camerad lost that ball, but he took the risk and he paid for it dearly. And 𝗗𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 comes out with a goal. And the second one for United City as they take on, I think, 3 points in this remaining minutes of this match.
A crucial blunder on the part of Camerad. We've been noticing him going out of the penalty box for a good, considerable stretch in the second half. And again, you have to be careful, you have to be deliberate when it comes to that. And on that occasion, 𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 making him pay.
And with
great effort from Forosuelo.
Forosuelo was tagged there by Fitch Arboleda, still down on the pitch, but jubilations from earlier in the UCFC bench really clipped him on that occasion. And hard-earned 2 goals for UCFC, and they really took advantage of that that blunder there earlier.
And on both occasions, both goals coming from counter-attacks. Coach Frank Muescan definitely living up to that strategy, that game plan they had for this match.
And I think Ivan Owano is coming in to use up a bit of time. Well, Kaya FC did take the risk, go with a backline of 3, and then try to get that equalizer. But unfortunately for them, they missed, I think, 3 chances in front of goal, 2 headers and 1 direct shot. So something that they should look back on and review and what they could have done better there. But they did their best. But UCFC just really winning the tactical battle in this match, as seen in the goals that they have scored today.
That chess match between the two coaches. Frank Muescan definitely doing a terrific job exposing the Kaya defense. But you know, interestingly, 𝗗𝗲𝗴𝗂 in the past interviews we've had, he always makes it a point to his players that if they are unable to convert, they have to fall back right away to avoid the counterattacks. And uncharacteristically, that's what they were unable to do in this match.
And they got caught out on those possessions, but we already have substitutions coming in. So I think it's 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗲 coming in for 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗲𝗴𝗂. Good shift from the Tajikistan midfielder.
There will be 5 minutes of added time, and very much merited because of the stoppages and the treatment some of the players received throughout the half. So we are now officially in additional time here. 5 more minutes. Let's see if Kaya FC still has room for a miracle. But as it stands, United City FC has secured this win with a 2-0 scoreline so far.
And well, anything can happen in football. So let's see how Kaya responds here. 5 minutes is plenty of time to score 2 goals. So maybe with luck they could build from here.
And they have consciously pressed throughout this half, as Menzi will again send it to 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗂. The back pass, 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗂 keeps it alive and in play, but JJ Robertson was there to bother. Quality defending from the captain.
Another set piece, maybe another chance for Kaya here. They should do a lot better in this occasion.
United City FC, they will not be satisfied just being able to pull off some stops. They want the clean sheet, and they want this to be as decisive and convincing as much as possible. Rota sends it inside. Desperately trying is Kaya. Menzi again, and it's finally cleared by Sendra. 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗲 trying to keep possession alive for Kaya. But Pete Forosuelo, unbelievable display of defending skills. Rota, he has come forward. Kekkonen. Here's the lob inside the box. The header, and Gayoso made contact there. Just not the right angle. Mitchell salvages a corner for Kaya. It's going to be 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗲 to deliver this.
And about maybe a couple of minutes left in this match. Kaya still searching for that goal.
Again, we are in stoppage time. 5 minutes were added after regulation. Here's the delivery for 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗲. The header. It's a scramble. It's a mad scramble inside the box. And finally, another corner for Kaya FC.
And Fitch Arboleda is running in to get that in. So in the dying minutes here of this this match, Kaya will try to look for one. Maybe if they get lucky, get another. But let's see.
This time it is Arboleda. Lopez Mendy keeps it in play. But throughout these attempts for Kaya FC, you can just see the leadership of Forosuelo and Robertson as they try to preserve the clean sheet. They will send it over to the box inside. JJ Robertson once again, and an obvious hold as they desperately tried to stop the counter attack. Ivan Uwano muntik na ngang mahubaran, and definitely a yellow card.
And at the very least, a yellow on that occasion. He was on his own half. So we could see here that Oscari lost that ball from a challenge, so he pulled down Ivan Owano. He had no choice there, really. Luckily for him, it was not a red. It was not a definite goal-scoring opportunity.
That would have been the third counter-attack for United City FC as time continues to run out. United City FC, they are not done yet. Rota, fortunately, able to get a touch and deny. Rota again. But again, we are just winding down here in Carmona. Any minute now, that final whistle will confirm this victory, this impending win for United City FC.
The foul there by Ricky Sendra on Robert Lopez-Mendy in the dying minutes in this match.
Still some time here for Kaya FC-Iloilo. But you know it's not going to be enough as they're down 2 goals. And Gayoso unable to get a touch. That is the confirmation, the final whistle as United City FC take down the league leaders, your defending champions, showing who's boss with a 2-0 victory over Kaya FC-Iloilo.
A character victory for United City. You know, they played on their strengths. They did very well on controlling the ball, keeping Kaya at bay. They were rewarded for their patience as they got that goal from 𝗵𝗄𝗄 earlier. And then, you know, Kaya just pulling all the stops to get an equalizer, but lost out in the end after that blunder from the goalkeeper in 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗲. So United City coming out happy in this match. 3 points. They jumped to second place on the table while Kaya still maintained at the first spot. But a lot of good things that happened for United City in this match, and they were greatly rewarded for being good and being patient, and full 3 points in the bag for them.
The full 3 points secured by United City FC as we take a look at some of the highlights of the match.
That chance there from General Melissa after that from Nano Amita. See a shot from Diano, which at the distance. Anthony Mendes was stellar all throughout, pushing all those balls away from danger. Kaya had plenty of set pieces. One of those there from 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗂 also. Cross that to an offside Eric Giganto. This very clear chance from Robert Lopez-Mendy was skied. Great setup from Jonathan Melissa. The through ball to Paulo Bugas, who recovers very well to flip that over 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗲 and get that go-ahead goal in the 57th minute. After being substituted on that right-hand flank.
Choosing the far side of the post for the placement, and then this sealed the win for United City FC.
And a lot of questions to be answered by Kaya. But now United City did their tactics well, performed, got their 3 points, and they are happy in second place now. They know that they have that psychological advantage going into the second round, and a lot of things going good for them.
It was an incredible match here played inside the PFF National Training Center in Carmona, Cavite. And what's happening here also for Kaya FC-Iloilo is that invincibility armor, we're now seeing the creases, the cracks in that armor, as they will of course try to maintain the position of league leaders. But of course, as the defending league and cup champions, United City wants to think otherwise. They are the standard in the competition, and to be the champion, you have to beat the champion.
And after the first round of this Philippines Football League, man of the match obviously it's 𝗵𝗀𝗴𝗂𝗂 scored that very important goal. Came in just a few minutes, and then he was given the perfect tee from 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗲, and rightly so. Our man of the match made that difference in this match.
We could recall just how it was all set up, that opening goal. It was a clearance, and then the through ball by 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗂𝗲, and finally it was 𝗵𝗀𝗴𝗂𝗂𝗲 before the assurance goal the insurance goal by 𝗵𝗵𝗺𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧 presented to you by Qatar Airways. This has been our live and exclusive coverage of United City beating Kaya FC-Iloilo 2-0. On behalf of my partner Ivan Gares, I am Levi Verora, and we will see you once again at the games.